All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about all that. That was insane. I'm not really sure what happened. We're gonna chalk that up to internet issues, which God knows could definitely be me. Looks like we've got some wind outside today, and sometimes the wind blows the wrong way, and you lose internet. And that's kind of unfortunate, but whatever. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we're coming back in. Yeah, you probably won't see sound for a little while because remember we're on a delay and I had the sound off. So coming back into the Pale Rose with Demogorgon, we're gonna have Seal, who is the Demogorgon master, as it's been told to me. I've seen him play Demogorgon once or twice. Very good. But yeah, no, we're gonna get to see him play Demogorgon in his best state, so we'll see how he does in a map that's definitely not favored for Demogorgon, but I don't expect him to have that hard of a time, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of a shame we did have the broadcast and the way that it did, because we had a very interesting end to the match actually, which resulted in a 3K where it looked like they were maybe going to only get a 2K, if not even potentially a 1K. So we're back at it here. We do see that corrupt intervention, of course, as always, going to be sitting up there in that build set list. I think for just about anybody who plays competitive DVD on some level. Again, just the last thing you want to do is give a very well coordinated team all 7 generators during the first 120 seconds of a match. Going to be a lunge and a miss here by Seal.
That's not going to miss right there, though.
Yeah, going to be able to get the other quick application. Going to change the health state there. That's going to be 1. Probably going to be able to make this pallet in time. Ooh, get stunned, which means you are going to get the little bit of an extra delay before you can charge that shred and break that pallet there. Fang going to be able to do a good job keeping the attention of Seal Massacre here. Not able to make the window in time, even though they are able to get the fast vault. That is going to be hook number 1 for the Runaways here. I would imagine we are not very far away from seeing our very first gen being complete. Yeah, not only the first gen, but they took the time to get the middle gen done. That's very, very big by the Runaways here. Making sure that they get probably the most important gen on the map done here early. We're also going to see a Pop Goes the Weasel applied to the generator on the boat. However, that boat gen still just under 50%. If they happen to get that generator done here shortly, that's going to put Seal in a very, very difficult position here, especially being so early in the game.
Bearcon taking that chase on purpose, that David right there taking that chase on purpose, it looked like, and Seal choosing after chasing him and hitting him once to leave him and go back and check on this gen over here that was pretty well progressed.
Yeah, we're able to hear that thing. That thing's knocking pretty good. So we know that that generator is very far progressed along the way. I would imagine with another, missed skill check, it sounds like up here. So we've got some people working up here. There's Vercon. It sounds like we also had somebody just drop shortly below that. Seal's going to be able to close the distance here between himself and Vercon. Vercon not going to have very much distance. The question is, does Vercon have the dead hard? Oh, I believe that was a dead hard used to get away from the swing and miss. However, Seal does have that ability to run that shred directly afterwards. Going to be a down. That's going to be a generator number 2 complete, but that's going to be a big basement hook for Seal here. Oh, that's 3 generators though.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely punishing him with those gens right now. Those basement hooks just feel bigger than every other hook when you're a survivor on any map, really. They just feel like they screw you so much more, because I guess they kind of do. It's so much harder to rescue out of there. And Seal knows that. He's going to definitely make sure that he punishes these guys and sees if he can make that rescue not happen.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing, I think, as far as when you're looking As far as Seal here, you know, you've got the generator, or you've got the hook over here, but you've got a couple of generators on the opposite side of the map that you're currently allowing no progress onto. It does look like Vercon had the deliverance. That is going to be a deliverance save here. I think Seal was a little wary of a potential of a head-on save there. I do believe, however, Vercon's gonna smack him with the D, and not only hits him with the D strike, but now going to build distance. Seal instead going to go through the portal with his tail tucked between his legs, looking for another survivor here, because now he's not going to be able to get the second hook that quickly onto Vercon, which would have been huge for him, and instead makes his way over to this generator. As you can hear, a lot of progress on it, but you do have two healthy survivors. You get the one health state, now able to get the other health state. You now have been able to hit both of them here. You do still have Claudette staying around in the area. Seal getting plus 10 wood to the face, though, with the pallet drop there by the Runaways. It does look like now Seal's going to take the time, going to take the dry hit onto the generator. Of course, no pop goes the weasel means no additional regression, but you do have some regression on that generator here nonetheless.
Yeah, and as you see, that David was able to get a heal in there, so them taking time to get a heal party going on and getting those survivors healed up took at least two survivors that would have been on gens away from those gens. But we're seeing four gens completed. We only need one more.
Yeah, but that's going to be a hit on the Fang, and I believe Fang's only been hooked once, correct?
Correct. We only have two hook states, one on David, one on Fang.
Okay. So obviously in a very, very strong spot here. If you're the Runaways, that is going to be a down on the Fang. Again, that's going to be hook number 2 for our Fang player. We have a Claudette that is going to be somewhat close. That does mean we've got a David and a Nia probably somewhere else on a generator, if not together. They're at least putting progress towards 2 different generators, getting very, very close to the 5th and final gen being done. Seal using the lunge to build a little bit of, or to close that gap between him and this generator. However, this thing over here, of course, as we always say, knocking like a Ford in the middle of December, this thing's just about ready to go. The question is, how are our other generators? We see Seal traversing the upside down. There has been a reset at the hook, unfortunately, which means we have 4 healthy survivors in this trial. We've also got this generator over here past the 25% mark. The only question that we do not know is the progress on the 3rd and final generator. It does look like, though, Nia's going to continue this run. Does take the hit. Got to keep in mind, you've got basement right below you here. If you're Nia, definitely don't want to be taking a down all the way over here. That's going to be the 5th and final gen complete. Nia is going to continue this long loop over here. We're going to see a body block coming in from Claudia, preventing the basement hook. It does not look like we've got a door close to the basement as well. We've probably got a David or a Fang, if not both, on at least one of the doors. We do actually have a door here next to the basement, which does mean if Claudia happens to go down here, which it does look like she does, not necessarily the end of the world, because a borrowed time will allow you to build a little bit of distance, especially if you're able to get some extra body blocks, especially knowing the Runaways here. They've got some good coordination, but I think the 3 escape here would already be enough for them to walk out of here with being able to take the second set, which would mean them taking both sets, meaning we'd be moving on to our 4th and final matchup for the day. If you listen close enough, you can hear Medic Mom's brain racking back there trying to get the calculations for our score here, chat. Not sure if you're able to hear that through the mic. I know I can.
It's rough. It'd be rough sometimes, guys. Let's just be honest. We all know that my brain's not working today. So it should be a 16 to 15 score with the Runaways taking that.
So that'd be what, 42 28-26 final score of the second set.
Yes, sir.
Meaning the second set does indeed go to the Runaways. We're going to be moving on to, again, our fourth and final matchup here, chat, which will be Team Sanctum versus the N Titties. Going to be exciting. We're going to be seeing some Spirit, some Oni, and some Pig if we happen to go into the third and final set. But we are going to be getting into that matchup here after a very short break. Let's get our teams together. Let's make sure they're getting Medic Mom into a custom game here. Good game by all 6 of our teams, but definitely making sure the 2 that just got finished here, the Runaways, were Sexy and We Know It. Awesome matchup there. But again, it will be the Runaways, the defending champions, moving on to the semi-finals here. Again, we will be jumping in with Sanctum versus the entities after a very quick break. All right, and welcome back to the Wheel of Fate tournament. We are supposed to be getting into matchup number 4, chats. However, as we discussed heading into today's events, we have had some things going on in the back, some issues that we had known of. We had known about some connection issues from a player on a prior team that we addressed, obviously, during that matchup. Unfortunately, our team captain seems to be dealing with some, we'll call them security issues. So unable to compete using the current PC. We have talked with the players, the captain from the entities. They have graciously accepted for us to be able to do their matchup tomorrow prior to when was going to normally be the semifinals. We were going to be starting the semifinals at noon. So instead, tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern time. Again, that is 10:30 Eastern time. We will be meeting right here, same bat time, same bat channel, right here on this channel for the entities versus Sanctum. At the completion of that matchup, we will then be doing the wheel to make up our maps and killers for the second matchup. If we are unable to get our captains together for our first matchup to do wheels at some point tonight, we will also do that one at that point prior to going into the semifinals and the finals. Um, I had to curse it. I had to say that things were going really smooth through the first 2 matchups. I apologize. I'll take credit for that, or blame, or whatever you want to call it. So we are going to be concluding day 1 of Wheel of Fate with that. Um, Again, don't forget that that doesn't mean that round 1 is over. We will be completing round 1, the 4th and final matchup again versus the entities versus Sanctum. That matchup will be happening at 10:30 Eastern time tomorrow morning. With that being said, before we sign out, is there anything that you would like to add, Medic Mom?
I just want to thank all of the teams that have played today. We've had some teams really show up in big ways. We had a team lend a player to another team after they lost, right? So they graciously had their teammate play for some family issues. I mean, we've had it all thrown at us today. In a way, we had some bigger hiccups than we did with the first one, but we will learn. Tomorrow is going to be awesome. I have no doubt that we're going to rock through this. I will try to make it as seamless as possible. Now that we have everybody added, it should go much smoother. I know day 2 went much smoother last time. I thank you guys all for bearing with us, for staying through the issues, for coming back afterwards, even after we got canceled. I'm going to hope that Salty is able to get through this issue because it's been affecting a lot of streamers. And it's really just freaking unfortunate, to be honest with you. So, well wishes to him and his computer. Hopefully, he's able to figure that out. But for the security, not only of all of you currently watching, but my own computer and my own livelihood as well, I feel like it's better to just have him go on a separate account on a separate PC so we don't have to deal with that, hopefully over here. But I hope you all can understand that, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. We're finishing up much sooner than I thought we would, so go. Yeah, do something fun. Get outside if it's nice outside. Have a great evening. Practice some, and I will try to make tomorrow as seamless as possible for you guys. I really appreciate every single one of you for spending your daytime today on this beautiful Saturday, at least where I am, here with me. I really appreciate it. And on that note, I think we're going to say goodbye. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, right back here. Thank you so much to you, boy Q. And then I'm also gonna put up in here. I want to put a big thank you out for all of the overlays that have been worked on. Uh, Everything that you see here, with the exception of very minor things, was done by Spect. You can find him on Twitter at that link right there. It will be wonderful if you could support him. God knows he's done enough for this channel and for this stream and for this tournament. I really appreciate it, guys. You have a wonderful evening. Be safe where you are, and I will see you tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. See you. Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.